I'm Aisha, and I got married to my husband who lives in America over Zoom, even though we haven't met in person yet.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Just kidding, we're all lonely and depressed. It's been years of the pandemic, none of us can move. It's got some of us quite desperate. Some of us choose to kiss anime girl body pillows. Some of us make YouTube videos to hide the deep frying, unrelenting pain away. I'm kidding, I'm fine. Some of us just drink a lot of water because we be that thirsty. And some of us marry people we've never met. Today we look at Aisha, who, for some reason, her name is spelled Aysei? What? Yeah, so today we're gonna be looking at a person who married an American through Zoom, apparently, even though she's never met this person. And honestly, it's quite a wild decision to marry someone you've never, like, physically interacted with. But I think what's more wild is the news regarding this situation. Every now and then, Twitter throws up something on my timeline, and today I saw this horrifying picture. On the screen, you see two lovely individuals and whatever the heck that doll is. Listen, I'm a very accepting person, right? And I've never ever judged anybody in my entire life. Some actually call me Jesus, but this I cannot allow. So we're just gonna check out what the hell led to this, and there's a bunch of clips of Aisha, like, explaining how this thing came to be.
I think we realised, like, pretty fast that it was turning into something more than just being friends.
Aisha and Darren are still yet to meet as they wait for her visa application to be accepted. Apparently you can wait for the visa, but you can't wait for the marriage. Alright, listen, I'm all love, don't judge, right? As long as you're not dating a 13-year-old, I think it's fine. Listen, I truly do believe people can make genuine connections over the internet. You can make some of the best friends you've ever had just because, you know, there's conversation going on. You might play games together. You might even, like, share food or watch movies together. Not share food, but you get what I mean. Eat on camera, that's what I meant. But yeah, if you're doing this for years and years, I mean, some would believe that, okay, you can form a genuine connection. Should you get married, though? That's a bit of a long-term commitment, if you ask me. Now, I'm pretty open on this matter, but a lot of people think that, okay, you've literally never physically touched each other or been in the vicinity of each other. You won't know if you even living with each other and stuff like that. It's just a little bit weird to rush into all of these things. And once again, there's gonna be a prevailing theme in this video. I would be 100% supportive of this. If not for that thing, man. I cannot imagine the amount of things that she's done to that doll. And he's quite the small fellow. I don't really know how you would, do stuff with it.
We started talking because I approached him, put on my big girl pants, and I messaged him first. I got his information from his mum, and then messaged him, he messaged me back, and then kind of just went from there.
Okay, so everything about this is weird. She got his information from his mom. Imagine your girlfriend knows your mom before she knows you. So basically what happened is I think she met this mom on Zoom, and then she was like, oh, you seem like a lovely lady. Let me introduce you to my son.
I think my first impressions were that it was really weird because I remember when we first spoke on the phone, and I think we both kind of expected it to be awkward because, like, we'd only really messaged each other and we'd never heard each other's voices or spoke. But it was kind of like we'd already spoke to each other before. Like it wasn't like it was the first time that we spoke to each other.
Okay, I gotta admit, that's pretty sweet and all of that, but I feel like they're getting the wrong impression. So, you text someone for a long time, and you're just like, alright, I like this person. And then, you know, you hear each other's voice, and you're like, oh, I'm really comfortable with this person. But the thing is, a switch from message to voice is not as drastic as a switch from Zoom to real life. And listen, it's pretty obvious that part of the reason of this is a pandemic, and I know people are really frustrated with it. And the thing is, you gotta have a little bit of empathy and think of it from other people's perspectives as well. Not everyone is a degenerate like your favorite YouTuber Pegasus who just sits on his ass all day making 10-minute YouTube videos. I think some people have this absolute intrinsic need to be with other people or to find meaningful relationships. Similarly, how I think that certain guys have a way higher drive than others, which causes them to pay for, like, OnlyFans and stuff like that, which I could never even fathom as an individual.
And I think the first impression was just how easy it was for us to talk to each other. Like, there was no awkward silences. It wasn't like there was nothing awkward about it. I mean, well, to be fair, because it was like literally only a couple of weeks after we first started talking where we turned it into a relationship, not just friends.
Wait a minute. Okay, Aisha, I was all on your train, right? But this over here, it was literally only a couple of weeks after we first started talking that we started dating. Okay, that's normal. But has it only been a couple weeks and you're getting married? They haven't exactly given me a time frame here. At the start of the video, you can see that I just assumed that it was years and years, but if it's a couple weeks, oh my god, you need to get a bonk of the head, the horny bonk. A couple weeks and you get married and make a doll of the guy? What? Listen, coming from the most sus man in the entire universe, you are quite sus, and my sus judgments are always 100% correct because, you know, it's in my name.
So I think it was pretty, it kind of naturally just went into that, like it was just, I don't know, it was kind of just like that's what it was supposed to be from the start. It wasn't, I don't know, it was pretty fast that's just what it turned into. So I didn't tell my parents for a little while. I think just because I didn't really know myself exactly where it was gonna go.
I mean, honestly, I'm not being too harsh, guys. She seems like a really sweet person, and maybe getting attached a little bit too quickly. And like, in this short of a time frame, I don't know if you can gauge people's intentions, right? Like, the guy's American, right? What if she just wants a green card or something? Like, I'm not saying that, alright? I'm just saying that, like, the guy and the girl probably need to think it over a little bit longer, okay? Now, my threshold is a couple months. I wait a couple months, and then I make a doll of a person and frick it relentlessly.
Date nights, the difference. So we have, like, some date nights where we don't really do anything different. Like, we'll just be on the phone, FaceTiming, and we'll play Fortnite or we'll watch a movie, but when it's a date night, like, it doesn't matter what we're doing, we don't answer the phone to anybody else, like any text or anything. We just talk to each other, whereas other times we might get dressed up and we'll order each other's food, like he'll order for me, I'll order for him, but we don't tell each other what we're ordering, or sometimes we try and order the same thing so that we're eating the same thing. But yeah, most times we don't really do anything mega special. It's just, we just kind of make sure that we're just having time for each other.
Okay, this is tough because I'm slowly being drawn in by the sweetness and the wholesomeness of the whole thing, and it seems like a very nice relationship. They seem like really good friends, which is necessary for a good relationship. But the thing with it being online is, like, he could just not show up one day and your husband is just missing. I don't know if this could be considered your son, but hopefully his dad doesn't leave to get milk.
So I didn't tell my parents for a little while, and I think one day he just came up to me and he was like, so who's this guy that you're on the phone to, like, until the early hours of the morning? And then I told them, and I think they were, like, a little bit reserved at first, just because he's there, I'm here, we hadn't met each other. But then, obviously, the more I was on the phone to him, the more they were talking to him as well, because they were here. And I think obviously the more that they got to know him.
Okay, honestly, I gotta say, I do respect her a lot. It probably takes a lot of courage and trusting to be able to do this, and not gonna lie, I fully believe that this is gonna become a thing in the future, where people do not interact physically at all, but are actually married, and they have good relationships, they spend time together, everything, but they do it online, right? So she's legitimately a pioneer over here, the first of a generation, and I do feel like this is the future. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of it in a manner like, if I wasn't a complete social reject of a person, would I sign up for this? I mean, why not, right? Like, I probably wouldn't be as trusting as this woman or make a doll of the person, but it seems pretty sweet. Listen, it's pretty obvious with the pandemic that people are becoming marginalized from real life, right? Everybody's just spending way more time online because that's the only way you get to interact with people. And the thing is, if you're interacting with a lot of online people, some of them might be from around the world, and you might legit form better relationships online than physically. Now, for people who want to physically frick in person, this probably wouldn't work out, but I feel like they could find some ways, man. Technology's advancing, Japan's making a hella robots. I don't know, man. Okay, so they got married in Utah, by the way. This is actually an official thing, and there's not much information on Chucky over there, but I'm still feeling a bit sus about it. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this whole situation. Do you think this is gonna become the new normal? And would you do this sometime in the future? Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm kidding, alright? Love is love. Alright, have fun. Bye-bye.